welcome to episode number 53 of Up on Foil, the podcast where we talk all about foiling. Today, it is with Luc Prof de PS. Is that pronounced correctly?
Yes, that means PE teacher.
All right. That is super interesting because I thought it's like de PS, like 2 horsepowers.
This is Up on Foil, the podcast for everyone flying just above the surface. Pump, carve, soar, let's foil!
For everyone who is not familiar with you or your Instagram, I'm just going to introduce us real quick. I'm an average pump foiler, I would say. I do mostly dock starting and getting into para-winging. And I have a huge para-wing comparison ahead of me, like 8 different brands. I'm excited about that. And you are an Instagram sensation. You started dock starting a couple of weeks ago and are taking Instagram by storm. That is so cool. Luc, thank you very much for coming on the show. Is there anything you want to add right away?
Yes, I want to say I'm Mr. Nobody, so I'm Mr. Everybody. I just began pump foil 3 months ago, so it's really new for me. But I made a lot of progress, and some guys tell me I learned the hard way because I start with dock start. But for me, it was something natural. Because I don't have boat, I don't have lessons around me, so I have to learn on my own. So I was looking for information, stuff, and anything a beginner needs. And I said myself, I have to share this with people because I'm not alone. There is a lot of other people that will need what I need right now. So if I can share with them, it will be good to share.
That is super good. I really appreciate it, and we're going to go all into how to actually start, what you learned so far, and what you would suggest someone else starting to maybe not make the same mistakes as you or I did. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to also talk about your background, and just another heads up, if you see me wobbling around, I'm standing on my balance board. Indiana Skateboard sent me these balance boards, and I usually, when podcasting, I'm trying to improve my balance and have a little workout while doing so. So that's just, if you see me wobbling around, I'm not feeling dizzy at all. Let's get into like your story, your sports story. Maybe you said you're a PE teacher, so a sports teacher. What age group are you teaching?
Sorry, can you repeat the end?
Yes, what pupils are you teaching? How old are the kids that you teach?
Yes, they are 15 or 18. I'm just before le bac en français, before university. So as a PE teacher, I've done a lot of sport, like swimming. I've 10 years of swimming when I was kid, so I'm good to swim in water. And I discovered surf at 18, but I live in a country far away from the sea, like 1,000 kilometers, more or less. So it's hard for me to train surf. And then I discover wing foil, and I take some lessons on a big paddle board, and it was nice to use the wing. And first time I lift on a foil, I fall just in few seconds. And then I bought my materials, but I bought 2 small boards, and it was really difficult for me because wind is never the same. So sometimes it's really hard, sometimes it's not hard enough. And I spent some couple of days struggling because I didn't realize that my board was not appropriate. So I stopped because the wind was too hard. And one day there were no wind. And I saw a guy on the water on a board with no wind in the end, no wing in the end. And so what's this sport? That's what I want to do. And I discovered pump foil. So I basically start with my Takuma for wing foil. Okay, it's not a setup for pump foil specifically. And I didn't know if this sport was going to fit me, so I start with doing my own board. I will tell you about it later because I want to come back on all the sport I've done before. I've played baseball, I've played handball, and I make some box. So I have a large panel of different sports, and I thought, and also I did skateboarding since my 10, so now I'm 14. So I think, okay, it's a board sport on water. I have a background on snowboard, ski, surf. It's going to be easy. In I don't know, like 3-4 hours, I'm going to pumpfoil and okay, let's go, let's do it.
So you have a big background, a lot of coordination. You probably have a high fitness level as well, so that surely helps as well. But you didn't manage to get it going in 4 hours, huh?
No, and yes, it's helped a lot, but I think there is some difficulty with me. I'm not strange. I don't la souplesse, je sais pas comment on dit en anglais. I'm
I
not
don't
able to
know.
bend myself
Not
easily.
flexible.
Not flexible, that's it.
Okay, yeah.
So flexibility is a big problem for me, and that's why I've done some different things that I've saw in video, because I can't do a lot of things I saw.
Like what, for example?
Like running with the hand on the board. For me,
Okay.
it's like impossible to put my feet and my hand the same time on the board. Like
Okay.
it's really impossible. So I have to let my board go
Yeah.
and then jump on it. And a lot of people say, no, don't do it. I can't do something else.
So that's a safety thing, rather. You're pretty tall as well. At least it looks like that in the videos. How tall are you?
Yes, I'm 1 meter and 80.
Okay, so probably average, kind of?
Yes, a
Not
bit more, but
especially tall? Okay.
no. And my weight is around 60.
Okay. Well, that helps for sure.
Yes, for sure.
So you said that you started wing foiling, you ditched foiling because you saw someone on the water. Did you talk to this guy, or did you just saw him and then went online to look for like the explanation to all that?
Yes, he was far away, so I can't talk to him. And then I asked myself, what's this sport? So I look on the internet and I found this is called pumpfoiling. And for me, it was magical, because the man was up on water, and it feels really, really great to see him. And I want to try this.
And then you went online and probably started some research. What did you stumble on upon? Like, who did you see? How did you find out about the SFT? How did that happen?
Oh, long story, because when I started, I found I was looking for materials. So
Yep.
I found some tutorials on do it yourself. And oh, yes, because I don't have a lot of money, so I don't want to spend, I don't know, like €1,000 on the setup if I don't like this sport. So I said, okay, I'm going to buy some woods and put a pad on it, and here we go. So I did my first board. I have here
Oh, wow,
the first
nice.
one I've made. So basically, the pad was expensive comparing to the wood.
And you still
And
using that board now?
no, I have to customize it, because there is a problem with it. The board is too flexible. So
Yeah.
to learn the first start, it's okay. But when you start pumping and you start to push a little bit hard with your legs, the board is bending. So
Yeah.
the energy don't go to the foil, and it can be problematic. I have
But you say
to,
for the first couple of sessions, a board like
yes,
that is suitable. That's fine, just to see if you want to continue with pump foiling.
clearly, because I think there is two types of people when you start dog starting. There is, I'm going to say, a gap to reach around 50 start. After 50 start, if you don't succeed, I mean little succeed, like standing on the board, or just feeling some glide, or even on your knees, some people are going to say, okay, it's not for me, I stop, I've tried, and I've been off. Maybe later, maybe in a few years, I'm going to try again. And the second group say, okay, I have to succeed, I have to make it possible, I have to train, I look at other people, it's look really easy. Why don't I succeed with it? So I have to train harder. I have to repeat again. So just for people to know, when you learn something new, to make it automatic and don't think about it before you do. The average is around 100
Repetitions.
repetition. So
Okay.
to master it and not think about it, but after the learning process. So when you begin to succeed, you have to do really a lot of repetition to automatic to make it automatic. So basically, I start with no clue. I just fix the foil on the board. I did. I do not have a US rail, so
You just drill holes in it,
yeah, just drill hole and put the insert and let's go.
and
So
that
I watched.
obviously worked.
Yes, more or less, but
But like for the
and
first 50 to 100 starts, that worked to see if you want to continue with it or not.
yes, it worked perfectly for that.
All
So
right, awesome.
I started with internet video, and I've learned and I watched a lot of video. Like
Who did you watch?
oh, you know, I have a notebook when I note everything
Oh
since the
wow,
beginning,
nice.
and every question I have and every information I found, I put it on the notepad, so I can reach back to see the video again, because when you reach a certain level, your eyes didn't look at the same thing
Yeah,
when you
that's true.
see a video again. So I look Damien Leroy, Yvon, Ludo Freefoiler, Gaël Daniele, and recently Banpuli Viola on Instagram.
That is
And
super cool. So you watched them before you went for your first go, or did you just go and then, all right, I have to watch some videos?
no, I watch them before I go because I have to know what to do. I don't
Yeah.
I don't want to injure myself, so I'm saying, okay, I have to learn a bit of theory, and then I have to go and practice. And I did the wrong thing, because what I do was literally put the board and jump on the board. So I was missing some parts in between. Like I've made a lot of theory around it. After my first try, I learned a lot, and there is some missing part, I think, in the learning process, because this is a new sport, so it's going to develop, and we are going to have new information and a new way to learn it. And I think when you start, there is 4 phases, and the first one is maybe the most important, and for the beginner, it's maybe the one no one is talking about, and this is speed. If you want the foil to stay on water and have sustainability, lift,
Yeah.
you have to create speed. So when you start, typically you saw on the internet, send your board, jump on it, glide. Okay, but to make it, you have to create speed. So there is different way to create this speed, and the first one is running. But you have to
Then you have the
to find the good,
flexibility, huh?
yes, you have to be flexible, and you have to find the good duck to
Yeah.
run. So at the beginning, I just used a ladder, painting ladder, just to make a duck, because I don't have any duck around me.
Yeah.
So it was difficult to run on it to
Yeah.
create speed.
Did you just have one ladder or two and a plank in between?
No, it's just one, but that can be
Oh, like the one that. Okay.
flexible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and it was really difficult when I push to jump on the
Yeah.
board. The ladder fall on the water, so it was not really good. But later I found a good duck, but it was a bit short. So with my big legs, I can't just do one step. So I have one step to create speed, and there is a second problem when you start. You don't know if you have to put your front or your back leg first.
Do you think that matters?
Yes, a lot.
Which
And
one did you do? First back or
uh,
first front?
I put first front, and I'm
Okay.
going to explain you why. And this is in correlation with phase one. You want to create speed. So when you jump on the board, there is a balance point. So typically, if I take my board, if I put my foot back, the board is going to lean back. You are not generating speed. You are creating time to put the second foot on it, but you are braking because the foil in the water is like this, and you are braking and losing speed. And if you put
and then stalling basically.
yes, and if you put your front foot first, then your board is leaning like this, and you create speed. So if you create speed, you create lift. So you're basically going to have time to recover. And when you start like me with no speed, like one-step speed, if you put your back foot first, you don't have speed, you don't have lift, and you are going to fall backward. So nothing is good with the back foot. And with the front foot, you instantly create speed. So you have to reach the balance not to create too much speed, but for me, it's really better. I've learned to knee start, and it's the same. If you put your knees back on your board, you are going to fall back, and you don't create speed.
But it's like a fraction of a second, right? The feet placement is like super quick.
Yes, it's more about when you jump from the dock than when you lean on the board. Atterrir,
you land.
Land, yes, not lean, land. When you land on the board. So yes, you want your foot to land together, but there is a little time.
It's also it's not only time difference, I'd say. You can also like arrive with both feet at the same time, but having more pressure to the front.
Yes.
Like leaning a bit to the front, or maybe the hip a little bit more to the front.
Yes.
But yeah, you want to glide downwards. I totally agree. Yeah.
Yes. And I've done recently some try with launch deck, which I didn't use before. So I don't know if this is a good tool or not. And when I tried the launch deck, I figured I have to put a lot of pressure on the back foot.
Yeah, like the inflatable launcher.
Yes.
Yeah, I had the exact same problem because when I used it the first time, I always like the board went just down.
Yes.
And I was like, am I not able to start? It should be easier, but it's just a different start. Yeah, you have to arrive on the back leg first and then transition forward as soon as you have a little bit of speed. Yeah.
Yes.
I had the exact same experience.
And
how you like it? How you like that starter?
It was interesting because for real beginner, it's a great element of security because I never fall in a position where I touch the board, I touch the foil, or I touch the dock. The only thing I was close to touch was the inflatable launcher. So for security, I think it's a great tool. But to learn, I've done some tricky thing. I just turn it the other way. So the starting area was longer, and behind it was shorter. But a friend held it in the water, so I can push more on my front foot.
Oh, nice.
So
okay, interesting.
Maybe they have to think about it and try to make some model to change the way you can start by adding some
length.
Some length, yes.
Nice, very nice. Do you still use it though?
No, it was just a one-shot try, and it was some days ago. So yeah, so some hour of practice at this time.
I think it really depends on the dock. If you have like rocks and you give your setup to a friend, you don't want him to use it just there. If you have that starter, that inflatable one, then it's a little bit further from the stones. Your foils don't get like nagged, and so that's a good thing for that too, I would say.
Yes, of course. And when you start, there is a lot of questions you have, and for sure the material is your setup is one of the most important questions. And
We're gonna come to that. Is that
Yes.
that's just let's talk because we were at the phases.
yes, sorry. So
No problem, no problem.
Yes.
We have phase one, speed.
speed, yes.
Yeah.
And when you create the speed, there is a running phase. So the question is, how do I run and which foot I'm jumping with? And some people say you have to be comfortable with your run, and we don't care if you land with your back foot. I'm not okay with that. For me, you have to learn how to create your speed with your good leg to land with the foot you want. So basically, you have to make a cross on
Like
the duck,
cross step. Yeah.
cross step, and then your front foot can fit on the board first. So
Okay.
you just make some movement like this. You balance your body to create a bit of speed. You make the cross jump, and let's go. So the
But
first
are
phase
you
is
talking about like an inverse start like Yvon did?
No.
So like turning around, or are you actually crossing your legs?
I cross the leg every time.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, not every time, but at the beginning, it was like my regular start, and for now, it's my secure start.
Okay. It's good to have one of those.
Yes. And I don't know which day it was, but one day I 100% of my start in one session, and it was with cross start.
All right. Good.
And I think this cross step create a maximum speed in a short time when you don't have a lot of space. I mean, if you have a duck on which you can run, of course, it's better to run. But in my situation, and I think the duck is important for a beginner, and we will discuss later on which duck is better for beginner. But the first thing is creating the speed.
Yeah.
So the second thing is to jump on the board. So you have to land with the front or back foot.
Mhm.
And then the third step is to find your balance. If you don't have the balance, you can't do anything. So when you have your balance, this is your first glide momentum. And then fourth step, you can start to pump. But if you start to pump with no balance, you are going to fall on water every time. So these four steps are for sure your 10 first session on duck start.
Speed, jump, balance, and what was the fourth one?
Balance, glide, and pumping is the fourth phase.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right.
for me, you have to master this fourth step and in this order. So if you don't create speed, okay, you can jump on the board, but with
But
no
it's
speed.
dangerous if you don't have speed.
Not dangerous, but more difficult. I mean,
I'd say dangerous because you don't know which way you're gonna fall or which way the board's gonna go.
yes, but imagine you start with a knee start.
Yeah.
It's the same principle. You have to create speed. So if
Yeah.
you jump on the board with no speed, you keep the end on the board, and there is
Yeah,
no
but you
problem
can
of
still
security.
fall backwards, can't you?
Yes, that's why you wear a helmet.
All right. Let's get into that later as well, like the security things. Yeah.
Yes, and
Safety precautions.
and for sure you have to create speed. No matter the way you want to start, you have to create speed, and that's why you have to understand. Right, you don't have choice. You have to find a duck and make what you can with the duck you found. So
All right.
if the-
Let's get
if the
into
du-
the dog situation. Yeah.
yes, I've personally learned with a high duck.
What does
So-
high mean for you?
Our eye is above my knees. There
Okay.
was 50 centimeters between the duck and the water. So
So just that you can barely like put your foil in the water. You don't have to drop it.
yes,
All right.
the
good.
foil was in the water. My board was a bit low. I have to bend myself to keep the foil in the water.
And you don't
And,
like that, as we've established?
Yes, I don't like that because the position is not really comfortable.
Yeah, I get it, man. I get it.
And I think it's a good thing because when you try to create speed, if you are already high, so you don't have to jump really high on your board,
Mhm.
and you just have to land on it. like a cat jumping on something, really smooth. And I think there is one point for beginner. You don't have to think about jumping on the board like you are doing a high jump. You want to translate on the board. And when you translate, your landing creates speed. But if you jump on it, you don't create speed. So basically, it's again the first point, speed. Speed is the key.
I think it's super important that you just choose the start that fits your dock and that you choose the dock that is closest to you or that you can reach easily. Because if you have the perfect dock, as you said, like 40, 50 centimeters, but it's 2 hours away and it's not so you choose not to go because it's far away, it's better to take a different start at a closer dock.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I think you have to choose the closer dock because you want to be on water as soon as you can. You want to be ready as fast as you want, and you don't want to drive 2 hours, set up, go on water, think I have 2 hours to drive back. No, it's not possible. But
how far is your dock from your apartment or house?
Where I live, it's a bit complicated because we don't have the culture of water sport. So there is plenty water area, but I don't have the authorization to go.
Oh, really?
Yes, and there is a perfect area, a lake in my town, and I go and say, okay, I'm going to make pumpfoil on it. No, you can't. So I ask why, and they say, no, you understand if somebody else came and go on water and die because don't know how to swim, we are responsible, so
Oh shit.
we don't want. Say,
Can you
okay,
tell
but,
me the name of the lake, or is that like too personal?
No, it's La Balastière à Gondange. It's a little area, but so I have to train in the Moselle. This is the name of like a river, but a little bigger.
Okay.
And it was really hard to find a dock because there is not a lot of dock where I live, and the only one I found was for boats, and were really high. So
Okay.
my foil didn't touch the water.
Ah, yeah.
So I have to make a lot of research, and finally I found 2 docks that looks suitable for me. One is on the water, really floatable.
Like
Plastic
rower's
on
dock
the
kind
water.
of thing?
Sorry?
Like a rower's dock. Super,
Yes.
not super high.
No, not super high, really close to water.
Okay.
And it's a bit tricky because it's in the main town called Metz. So when it's summer, there is a lot of boat, and you cannot practice as you want. But after the summer, it's okay. Nobody tells you anything when you go there. So, and the second one is in Guénange near a boat club. So I just talk with them. I say, okay, I just want to use your dock. Is it okay? They say yes, no problem. And okay, let's go.
It's super important to have good connections to whoever owns the dock. I was recently at Lake Thun, and there sometimes it can get tricky with swimmers and whatnot, but there's a restaurant, bar, and they have a private dock, and the guy who owns the bar is actually super happy if people come and foil and move, and that is amazing. We don't have that very often.
Yes, that's really important. I think you have to find the sweet spot for you. I mean, the better is when you can choose. Like I was in Genève at Tropical Corner, and you can find whatever suits to you. High dock, low dock, middle dock. Like it's really good. And when you have one dock, you have to deal with it. So learn the good solution and practice.
Have you tried other starts as well, like from higher docks, like the drop start, or maybe the static from a like rock start kind of thing? Have you been there already?
Yes, I've tried a lot of start, like the river start, because I think pump foiling is about starting from everywhere. You have
Yeah.
to learn to start in the most way you can. So it's open doors. You don't have to find a dock to start. So I basically trained on dock different start, like river start, like um, drop start, but from a dock,
Yeah.
not from a higher place. And I try to fit rock start, but and I've tried 3 hours of beach start.
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
It was really hard, really difficult. But
Did you
it's
manage to do it at the end?
no. I
But
have the shonen spirit. I
it
want
probably depends
to.
on the foil as well. I mean, really, if you have a huge foil, then it's possible.
Yes, but I think the mast was the problem. I have 75, so it's a bit high, and when you have to
Yeah.
jump on it,
Yeah.
it
Ah, yeah. And then the flexibility kicks in as well,
yes,
huh?
that's it.
All right. So we talked about the dock, your favorite dock. Um, when I was in Zurich last time, almost everyone is doing the drop start because just the docks are like that. They have like the poles on the side, so you cannot really push your board. They just go straight out, like in a 90-degree angle. They just go out. They push it a little bit and jump. That's why I had to learn the reverse start from Yvon as well. But as you said, it is super helpful if you know different starts, so you're not limited by your by your ability. So
Yes.
that's super
La
important.
Last time I was with a group of pumpfoiler, and we landed in an area where there was only one way to start, and this way for me was a river start. So if I do not have this start, I will be struggle to do the session,
Yeah.
and it literally saved my session. And I've tried a lot of river start, and I reached the point where it was difficult to do the jump in the air and turn
Yeah.
around because um, because of all the four phases. And
Yeah.
if you generate too much speed when you jump, you have a momentum that go against your balance when you
Yeah.
just land on the
Yeah.
board. So I found a technique to start with my shoulder not in front of the board, but
Okay.
parallel to the board. So I already turned 90 degrees before the jump. So when you finished and you jump, you just have
The legs.
45 degrees to do,
Okay.
and you gained a lot of balance.
All right. And then it's just repetition, as you've said, like going over it again.
Yes.
For me, when I change start or change dock, it usually takes me 1 or 2 tries to get that start back again. If I'm used to the drop start, because I've been doing that a lot, then change it back or change it to another start just takes a couple of tries. Is that the same with you, or are you just so in the zone that you can switch out these different starts?
I've tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different type of start, and for that moment, I have 3 I'm really comfortable with, so I can switch between these 3 with no problem. But there is still 2 where I struggle, and I have some difficulty when I practice. So I have to make it again. So it will be automatic at the end. But
What is super difficult, I think, as well, is like the mind games. For example, if people are watching, or I'm getting into wake thieving, and if the boat started, to actually manage to start, be on point, because like more than 9 out of 10 starts I can do, but if the boat is going, it's more like 60% because I'm just so hyper focused but still nervous because if I don't manage to start, I'm gonna lose the boat. That's super difficult. Do you have that as well, or are you just like, no, I don't care, I just focus on myself, or have other mental help?
now, where I started to learn, it was like in my summer place, and there is a lot of people who are eating and looking at me. So since the beginning, I have people watching me,
Okay.
and when I come out of water, they always talk with me a bit like, oh, it looks really hard. I hope you are going to do it. And the first time I really pump, like 3 pumps, literally, I do like 9 meters on water. Everyone applauds, and I was,
Nice.
what? Everybody is watching at me, but it's okay. And my philosophy is really one day or day one. Say, you want to do it, don't wait, go
Yeah.
and do it. And
Yeah.
today, okay, I'm not able to do it, but tomorrow with 10, 20, 100 try, so I'm going to be better. And now on Instagram, you can see where I am 3 months later.
We're gonna
So
get into your Instagram in a second. I just wanted to ask you because we've talked about the dock, the start. I want to also talk about gear, and we already addressed the board that you did. Now you have another board. What's below the board? Did you just use your wing foil wing? Are you still using that, or how did that evolve?
it's evolved. I've started with my wing foil wing because that's all I have to try. So I have it was old Takuma 190, 19,
Yeah, 19.
19, yes. So a lot of lift. For a beginner, it was okay. And when I started to make some good pumps, like 20, 25 pumps on it, I was okay. This sport is really good, but I think my material is not the good one. I overthink about materials, so I decided to buy new one. I say,
So
okay,
which one did you get?
I get Takun because it was the cheapest on the market. I don't have a lot of money for Axis because I think at times this was the better material to have, but a bit expensive. And Takuma was the cheapest, so I think, okay, what can I take? And I think a lot of beginners struggle with the good material choice because there is plenty offer right now, and it's difficult to understand if it's really make difference. And when you start, you think, okay, I'm going to master, I'm going to take something I can keep for a long time, so I'm going small and it's going to be okay. And I knew it was not going to be okay, so I decided to take a high aspect, and I decided to take one step higher than what's recommended for me. So I take the 170.
17?
17, 1700. Yes.
Ah non, 1700, c'est 1700.
1700. Okay, sorry. And
No problem.
and I don't regret this choice because when I saw what I've done with it, I was thinking if I taking smaller, it was way harder. So really don't hesitate to take something big for the beginning. And really, if you master it, you can change later. It's not the problem.
And also, what I think is overlooked often is the importance of the stab or the length of the fuselage or the tail, because you can have one wing and maybe 2 or even 3 different stabs, which is a lot cheaper, but it makes a huge difference in speed, in agility, and also in just basic fun. So if you change to a smaller stab with the same front wing, then you have a lot more agile pitch axis. You can turn sharper with the same front wing.
Yes.
Have you
But I
played with
think,
that as well?
no, I think I don't reach this point already because I have a different mentality about it. And it's like if you get your driving license and you say, okay, you want to drive faster, you can change part of your car. But first thing is to learn to drive better. So I keep my setup and I push it as far as I can and I want to try to improve myself and not to play with stuff. And later I'm going to change pieces when I think I've reached
The
a
maximum.
level,
Okay.
yes, where it's difficult to push harder.
I was just saying that because when people think about should I get the smaller front wing, then I think I agree with you. Take the bigger one, but just change the stab afterwards. You don't have to change the front wing all the time because the front wing is so much more expensive than your stabilizer.
Yes, I think the stab will be my next upgrade. I have a 2020, and I want to go to a 160, something
Okay.
like this. And honestly, I don't know what difference it makes, so I'm going to discover it. But
You know, you can just take your stab off to try and see what happens.
yes, I could. I think I'm
Have you
going
tried
to do
that
it.
already?
No.
Because I made a podcast episode with Nicolas Eaton. I don't know if you've heard about him.
Yes.
Long distance pumper, world record holder, and he has a hour pump world record now with over 20 kilometers an hour. So he's super fast. And he said to practice, he does it without stab to just like feel the sensation more in the pitch axis, so he can be more precise than with a stab. And I did some similar tries where I reduced stab, going no stab at all. And then if you come from a big one to a small one, then it's super difficult. But then you take it off, it's even more difficult. But once you manage it and put the small one on again, it suddenly feels like something big. So it really depends what you're comparing it to or what you pumped just before. And really it feels different afterwards. So I think it's a good exercise.
Yes, I think I will try it. I will give it a try. And you say something interesting. It was feeling sensation. And when you begin, there is something really complicated. You don't know what pumping means. People say, okay, you're on the board, just push in your legs and okay. And it's not really like pushing down. It's more about feeling the board under your foot and play with it. So when the board is going up, you have to try to make the hop like Gael say in his video. And one day I was on water and like for 4, 5, 6 hours, and the night was coming. And when I'm in the water, I always say, okay, just one more. Okay, no, that's the last, but one more. I barely see nothing. It was like the black night, and I was okay. This is really the last one. And when I started, I just concentrate on what I feel and how it was, and that's where I discovered this movement that I call the slide push, on which you try to slide your hips to create some speed and then recover on the hop by placing your hips back and try it to maximize it. And I saw after it, everyone is doing this thing, but no one is talking about it.
Yvon did a video about it.
Yes, he did a video when he started doing long distance, and he says, I do one regular pump and then one where I try to give these hips. So I thought it was just for long pumping and it was not interesting. So when I discovered Yvon's video come back in my head, I just watched it again, and I discovered, and I don't have answer to this question right now, but some people make the slide with the knees, some people make the slide with the hips, and I try to make it like with my shoulder to make it really bigger. I think for long distance it's ineffective because you use too much energy, but for the SFT and for reaching maximal speed in a short time, maybe it's a good technique. I don't know. I will try to make some chronometer, some time trial, and look at video and analyze some stuff. So I don't have the answer right now, and but I think this movement is really important, and to train it, you have to understand you don't push the two legs at the same time, but really you translate a bit more on the front leg, and then you recover with the back leg. But it's in a really short time, like under the second, but it makes all the difference.
I think it's important to actually, if you go a little longer, and I'm no long distance pumper at all, I'm trying to get into it with like bigger front wings and also the technique. And I think for me, for myself, sometimes my back leg starts to cramp up a little bit. So I adjust the feet, but also try to pump them more or less at the same time, because you have that moment where the foil and the board is solid. It feels like it's on the ground, and you can really actually push a little bit to lift yourself up. So I'm trying to find that, and sometimes get the feet closer together and really go with both legs. And once I did that a couple of times, I go back into that slight difference in time in the hop. So adjusting that might help as well. I'm not sure. I talked to Hilti. I don't know if you've seen him. Like, he rounded 2 lakes in Switzerland with his huge front wing, and he's no expert in like endurance. He never ran a marathon. He hasn't done endurance training in over 10 years. He said, recorded a podcast with him. Go back 2 episodes to find that. And he said, like, technique is so important. And I think that's really the way to go, to really feel that foil, feel that pressure point, and then, if necessary, adjust your stance, adjust your pumping, even if something doesn't feel good.
Yes, I totally agree with this because I think there is a lot to do with technique before materials, and when you're struggling with something, it's about you, it's not about the stuff. So you have to train harder, you have to find the good way to progress. And like I said, this is a really new sport, and what's real today may not be the reality for tomorrow. So it's something that I like. I think I'm on the way. I discover a lot of things, and sometimes I try some stupid things, and I say, okay, it's not good. I keep the idea in my notebook, so maybe later I will think about it again. But it's really important to have the good technique. So
yeah, definitely. Listen, I want to talk about your Instagram and your present. That's actually how I started to follow you, how I saw you, how I contacted you as well. And for everyone who is not following you, which probably is almost no one, it's at prof.d.eps. So prof.d.eps on YouTube. You can find it somewhere here or in the show notes. So make sure to follow him. I think the first video is like 6 weeks ago, or how long is it?
The first video on Instagram is 3 months ago.
3 months ago. And
but in reality, I recorded 1 year ago because I've tried the 3 or 4 first session, and then for 1 year nothing's happened because I don't have luck around me. But I recorded all the sessions since the beginning.
So you're sharing your path, you say, to the World Cup, but it's basically to the SFT, right?
Yes.
How is it going so far? I mean, these short distance races with carving and whatnot, they're something different and need to be learned. How do you discover that? And what's your goal there? Is it the goal there to win, or just to take part in that event?
My intention is at the beginning to attract the attention of people. So when I say I want to go to the SFT, it was like a joke at the beginning, because people say, okay, it's day 1. I want to see how it's going to improve and perfect his technique. And at the beginning, I fall a lot, so it's really funny for people to watch. And then I saw the SFT at Le Cat in France, and I was on the beach, and I was thinking I want to be on water, and this became a part of no joke to reality. And I was okay. Maybe it's possible just to be with them and play and have fun. And I know I'm old and I'm never going to win in a speed pump foil trial. So I just go to give my best for myself. And my first objective is to reach the final point. And it will already be a great victory, starting from nothing, from I don't know how to stand on a pump foil, to I'm on the SFT and I finish and I cross the finish line. It will be just amazing.
It really is. But it's like the SFT your end goal? Because like 2 days ago, the episode came out with Martin Le Tourneur. It's like 3 episodes back when it comes out here. And he said that he has a pump foil event in Paris. Are you going to that as well? Or is it just like, no, I'm going to go to the SFT?
I think I'm going to do a lot of events, as many as I can, but there is 2 difficulties. First is I have a work, and I can't move every day, every weekend as easy as I wish. And the second is the cost, because when you go to Paris or you go to Austria, you have to pay for the travel, for the night, for the registration for the race. So it's a cost that I have to anticipate.
Yeah. All right, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. If ever there's an event in Switzerland again, and there will be, we have the Big Wave Swiss Tour, and it's
Yes.
around here. You can stay in our guest room, that's for sure. And let's talk more about like how did Instagram help you? Like I've seen that you did this. How do you call that? Para shoot where you're towed behind a boat. Was that Instagram that helped you get on there, or did you get anything else out of Instagram so far?
At the beginning, I was on TikTok, but as a PE teacher, making video on a lot of sport, a lot of different sport, and I reach a good audience, like 60K people following me. And
wow, yeah.
when I started DocStart, I was like, okay, maybe I can get some free stuff with the people on TikTok. And I sent some email on companies, and it was more for e-foils. And
Okay.
I was really like, okay, there is a world tour. You don't have any competitor with your materials. I'm going to be the one. So believe in me and let's go. And I don't have answer until one answer to me and say, okay, you have 60K people following you, but these people are interested in basketball, handball, box, and not
Yeah.
only on pumpfoil. So I decided to create my Instagram. And right now, it doesn't help me at all. So I'm at the point where it cost me only time to create a video, and I don't know where it's going to end, to go to help me maybe. But it's interesting because I reached the point on TikTok when where I'm on the street, people come to me and say, "Hey, you have the PE teacher from TikTok."
Nice.
And now with the pumpfoil community on Instagram, they came to me and say, "Hey, you are the pumpfoil guy." So I know which, if they are TikTok viewer or Instagram viewer.
Nice. You have almost 3,000 followers on Instagram, and you
Yes.
started. Well, the Instagram started what, a year ago, something? No, you said 3 months ago.
3 months, 80 years ago. So we are day 83 or 84 today.
That is impressive, because I just reached like 1,500 and I'm working at it for over a year. So it's really interesting how fast you grow. And I talked to like foilers around my area, and they said, "Yeah, I'm gonna have you on the show." And they say, "Ah, I know him. I've seen his videos as well." So you're in the zone, man. That is super cool. Um, is this you trying to get stuff, or maybe also like an invite to an event or something?
I'm not trying anything at all. I think right now Instagram is here just to help people who want to start and say, okay, if he can do it, I can do it. I mean, I have nothing special. I don't do backflip on my board. I don't do I don't know, some really hard stuff. And I really think this sport is amazing and you have to try it. So, okay, it's going to be hard, but take it like a challenge. And you can see that in 3 months where I am. So if you work hard and you try, if I can do it, you can do it. That's the message behind the Instagram. And it's the same message for life. If you begin something new, okay, go far with it. Don't say, okay, I'm going to do it tomorrow, maybe I will see next week. No, go and work, and you are going to succeed for you. I don't have a 1 million follower on Instagram right now. I just have 3,000. And compared to my 60K on TikTok, for me, it's okay, but it's not really impressive. For you, you say you have 3,000. It's impressive.
I really think so. At least for like the time that you were on there, it grew pretty quickly, I think. Just before we wrap it up here, I think it is super important that you film yourself when starting, because you see so much from the outside. Maybe it feels different, but then when you look at it later on, that helps a lot to improve. Do you agree with that? Or do you have any other tips for like people who want to start that we didn't touch on yet?
I think when you start, the better is to be with some people that already master the skill of pumping. So they will help you, give you some tips, correct you between some trial. And my problem is I'm alone. So when I start, I do things. And if I do wrong 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. And that's why I have the video. So when I come back to my home, I watch the video and say, okay, I don't succeed here. What's the problem? And as a PE teacher, I have the eye for the biomechanical system. So I can reach the problem easily. But there is a lot of things I have to improve right now. And the quest is not finished for me. I have a lot to do. One thing, and I want your advice on it, is the arm. Do you use it or don't you use it? At the beginning, I was like a bird flying with my arms, and then someone said, put your elbow against your chest, and then don't use your arm. And it was a game changer for the balance. So it's allowed me to practice better and have a really better balance on the board. And now when I pump, I try to put a little movement with my arm, but compact, just to put some movement to my foot and try to make a global pump with all my body. So
honestly, for me, it's kind of like jogging. You don't jog around like this or like this. So for me, it's kind of similar. I use the arms more when I get tired. I need to get high on the mass. So if the hop needs to be like with more strength, then I use my arms more. And honestly, often I'm holding the camera, so that doesn't help either.
That's the same for me when I have the camera. People don't know, but even if the stick is really thin,
short,
it's it's a weight in the hand that all the balance is compromised.
Definitely. So I would say don't use it too much. Don't stay super stiff, but like try to use it as little as possible, or even. Honestly, I suggest try to play with it. Try to make exaggerated movements, see how that feels for you. Try to make no movements at all and find your sweet spot.
And that's a part of what I'm going to find when I want to go to the SFT is I can talk and look what the pro are using, like different techniques, and I want to share with them and discuss with them. So I think it's going to be really interesting on this point, and it's like people sharing the same passion. So
this is super cool. Just if you haven't listened to it, I think it's episode 11. I'm gonna write it to you later on. I had an episode with Rob on Rolls.
Yes, I've listened to this.
You've probably seen him. Amazing foiler. And an episode with Nicolas Eaton I talked to you about. Also the one with Yvon. We talked a lot about technique. And maybe you can find something there as well. Also, the listeners, the viewers, if you haven't listened to that episode, go check it out. Link is in the show notes, or you can find everything on Patreon. And it's not super up to date, but you can see the gear they are using and some more information about all our guests that we had so far. So go on Patreon, links in show notes as well, or on my website, uponfoil.com. I think, Luc, we're gonna wrap it up here. Is there anything else you want to tell the world?
I want to give it a try. Try to find a school. Try to find a friend with a foil. But try to foil because this is so much fun, so much satisfying, and you have to give it a try.
All right, let's leave it at that. Thank you very much, Luc, for taking your time, and I'm looking forward to see your progression continuing. I'm really enjoying that, so keep up the good work. Thank you very much, man.
Thanks to you. Thanks for the invitation, and thanks to everyone who listened to this podcast.
Awesome.